Hello Scorpio, welcome to your reading for January and Happy New Year. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. These cards are impossible to shuffle. Okay, I'm primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. Towards the end of the reading, I will be rolling some dice to get initials and sun signs and angel numbers for you. So make sure you stick around for that. Okay, chaos, chaos, chaos. Let's see what we have, Scorpio. We have smoke. Fumus. This is a brand new deck for me. I will have to refer to the book. And then we have Pneuma, which is breath. Wow. Very interesting combination. Very, very interesting combination. Now it's very interesting. If I have to look at the literal words on the cards, some of you may be wanting to give up smoking. Some of you may be wanting to get out of a polluted city. I live in a very polluted city and I'm dying to go to the hills. But there's almost this sense of breathing fresh air, right? If I have to look at the physical aspect of these cards. Now, metaphysically, smoke talks about knowing what the smoke means, right? Is the smoke coming from a ritual that burns sage, right? Or is it coming from a destructive fire? Smoke and mirrors applies here, right? Something could be a little confusing. Something may be not what it seems. This card talks about pausing before making any major decisions. It also talks about clearing the air with somebody, right? It's possible that there's a lot of haziness in a particular relationship and you're not really sure where you stand. Smoke and mirrors, right? Pausing while the smoke clears and then having that conversation will be prudent for you. It's almost like Mercury retrograde, even though Mercury went direct on the 1st of January or is going direct, depending on when you're watching this reading. It's also giving me a nod to Neptune, right? Neptune can cause confusions. It can cause rose-colored glasses syndrome, right? Waiting for things to make a little more sense, waiting for your brain to come back online before having that conversation will be wise. Now, breath is a beautiful card of spirituality. It is a card of pausing, again, very much like smoke. And it is also a card of inspiration, breathing life into something, right? It could also be about meditation. It could be about pranayama, right? It could be about taking a breath before you take any action. There's something about patience here. Overall, what I'm getting for you, Scorpio, there's something that wants to be created here, right? It could be about relationship. It could be the smoke and mirrors that you're seeing now. It could be you wanting that clarity so you can move forward and create something meaningful with another person. But it's time to take a breather. It's time to pause. Because you may feel that you want to be with, let's say, another person, or you're liking this particular career path, right? But it's almost like there's something around you right now that is causing you to see things differently than they really are. So pause a little bit, maybe at least till the middle of January, till Mercury moves out of its retrograde shadow period, and then ask your mind what it thinks about that situation. It may have a completely different opinion on what you had originally thought. All right, let's see what your tarot says. I'm using the tarot of the light and the shadow. We're going to look at the shadow first to see what is it that we have to leave behind in 2023, now that we're starting a brand new chapter in our lives. We have the Ace of Cups. Empty love, empty promises, empty empathy, empty compassion. That is the Ace of Cups in shadow. Putting more meaning into somebody or something, more meaning than it actually has. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a messenger of truth. right? The Page of Swords has also been modernized into the card of a spy. So I feel that taking action just for action's sake is ill-advised. And then we have the Seven of Cups. I was talking about Neptune for a reason. And Pisces had the same card in shadow. So I feel that I'm not really sure about any of your birth charts, but I would look at the transits affecting you right now personally before taking a leap, right? I'm almost getting the Fool in shadow, calculating the risks before you take that leap of faith. The High Priestess has been showing up for everybody in shadow. It's absolutely insane. I think collectively our subconscious minds have been through so much, right? We went through eclipse season towards the tail end of the year. We've been through a lot of planets in retrograde. And all of that has collectively put our subconscious mind into a great deal of despair. Getting out of that now can be a little difficult. Now, we can put pressure on ourselves and say, oh, we're entering a brand new year. We need to have our shit together. No, it doesn't work like that. Time is not linear, right? Don't put that pressure on yourself. I feel like revitalizing a few of your spiritual practices, and I'm sure you have some. You are a Scorpio, you are a water sign. It could be anything. It could be yoga, right? It could be that pranayama. It could just be sitting and taking a few deep breaths. Incorporating a few more spiritual practices into your routine right now is going to benefit you, Scorpio. It's going to help you stay centered and grounded. And I'm also getting with the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess that for a lot of you, it may be very difficult to trust your intuition right now, right? And I think a large part of that has to do with the fact that your ruler, Pluto, is making a generational shift this year. After 15 years of being in Capricorn, it's moving into Aquarius. So with that shift happening, it's almost like you're moving homes, right? And that can cause a few illusions. But the spiritual practices that I'm talking about, the meditation, could be anything. It could just be making sure you are drinking 4 liters of water a day, right? Putting routine back in order is going to help right here. Some of you, again, may be telling yourselves that your intuition is telling you that that person is good for you, that that love is good for you. It's smoke and mirrors. Not for all of you, of course, but for most of you, you may be settling for less than you deserve. Exactly, the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands in the light can also be someone very wishy-washy, someone very immature, and in the shadow even more so, right? If I don't see an emperor or an empress or even a happy king or a queen in the light, I'm here to tell you that whoever it is that you may be thinking about right now is a lot more immature than you realize. And the Fool in shadow, what did I say? I'm on fire today. Calculating the risks before taking that leap of faith. It is not a time to take those leaps right now, Scorpio, because we have the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Now, you are highly intelligent. I'm not saying that just to get a like from you, Scorpio. I've dealt with a lot of Scorpios in my life, and the emotional intelligence of a Scorpio is, wow, it's absolutely insane. But all water signs, including you, can make the mistake of building your home in another person, right? Good or bad, it doesn't matter. And while that can be very fulfilling and endearing, it can also give that person permission to render you homeless whenever they feel like it, right? So with the 5 of Pentacles here and the Ace of Cups in shadow, with the Fool and the Knight of Wands, I feel like a lot of you, a lot of us, I'm a water sign myself, a lot of us have been trusting the wrong people, right? It's time to allow your minds to come back online before your heart can. This is about using logic, about using your intellect to make a decision and not leading from the heart, which is really weird for me to say. I'm a Cancer Sun and a Pisces Moon. I have a lot of water in me and we lead from the heart. But right now, I think your mind is going to be more proactive than your heart is. It's going to tell you the truth, right? And again, I'm not saying whoever it is that you're dealing with is wrong for you. But I am saying that you're getting much less than what you deserve. That's for certain. Let's look at the shadow. We have the light, pardon me. We have the Six of Wands. Exactly. Are you being seen for who you are? Are you even seeing yourself for who you are, Scorpio? Self-concept has been a very popular theme for January, and it's quite interesting to me. Every month always carries one particular keyword that every sign shares, and I pick up on that pattern month after month. The keyword here, keywords, are self-concept. However you see yourself is how other people are going to see you, right? Some of you may have settled for that Ace of Cups that's empty, right? Telling yourself that is that person's capacity to love. It's all right. That's all they can give me. So that's what I'm going to accept. Why? I'm not saying everybody has your emotional intelligence, but again, what about your worth? What about what you deserve? Are you asking for what you deserve, or are you just settling for what you think you deserve? You deserve to be seen and celebrated with the Six of Wands, Scorpio. I hope you are only indulging in relationships that do just that. We have the star or the stars in this deck, Aquarius energy. This is about healing. For a lot of us, it could talk about healing in isolation. And since Pluto is making that generational shift and we are almost in the age of Aquarius, there is a sense of helping yourself before you can help other people, right? There is this concept of becoming so strong within yourself after all the trials and tribulations that you have been through that you can be an anchor for others. You can be an anchor in your community, right? There is something about pressure turning you into a diamond here, Scorpio. A diamond that is going to help everybody see the light. And again, this could talk about healing of any kind. It could talk about healing from an illness. It could talk about healing from a heartbreak. It could be talking about healing from a deranged self-concept. Change your self-concept, please, Scorpio. We have the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Anybody, who was I saying this to? I think I was saying it to Pisces. Not investing in people, places, and situations that you have to constantly run away from or heal from, right? That's what I'm getting here. I feel that you need to surround yourself with constants right now, Scorpio, right? While you're going through this transition from smoke and mirrors to breath to creation, you need constants around you, not variables. The Three of Wands. Setting your sights to the future. Some of you may be looking for a promotion, right? You may be looking for a raise, a bonus. It could be anything. But again, with the Chariot right here, there has to be a surety that you deserve it. I know it sounds really obvious, okay? But there's always that nagging voice at the back of my and your head, Scorpio. Have I done the work? Have I done enough? Am I beautiful enough? Am I talented enough? Do I really deserve that? That voice needs to be suppressed completely. I'm not asking you to be delusional. I'm not asking you to have an inflated ego. But however old you are, you have been through enough life experiences to make you a mature person. I feel like you've been settling for page energy, for knight energy. And I still don't have a king or a queen or an emperor or an empress on this side. Set your sights on whatever it is that you want to achieve and believe that is coming to you. That is manifestation. There is no doubt, right? No doubt. There's no place for doubt when you're manifesting something. The Five of Cups with the Star. Some of you are definitely dealing or healing from a breakup. Yeah, Five of Pentacles again, you see? Building a home in the wrong person. I'm going to get another card for the center. I shuffled in front of you. I pulled this out from the middle of the deck. I'm going to get one more. And we have the Empress, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a lot of you are living in this broken down little hut, right? The walls are full of mold, the roof is leaking, and there are holes all over so the wind gets to you. It's just an awful little hut. And you're telling yourself that, oh, this is fine. This is okay. When a person like you deserves to live in a bloody castle, you're allowing yourself to sit in that little hut because that's what you believe you deserve. Or maybe that's what you're used to. Sometimes we can get really used to sitting in our discomfort because it's what we know, right? That sweater that's full of holes, it's been worn in, so it's cozy. Not asking you to throw out all sweaters with holes. I have a ton. God knows that. But there's more. There's more that's knocking at your door, Scorpio, but I feel like you're not even inviting it in because you don't think it can come in. It's almost an alien concept to you. Set your sights higher, my friend, please. The Empress showing up here, I was saying I want to see an Emperor and Empress. But right now, what I'm feeling here is elevating yourself before you can find or invite an elevated person, career, whatever, into your life. The mirror, the cosmic mirror, right? How you see yourself is what is going to be magnetized to you. And the High Priestess in light as well, in this almost mirrored position. Beautiful. What a fantastic reading. Your intuition is going to come back online sooner than you realize, my friend. We have Temperance at the bottom of the deck with the Fool in light. You see that? Beautiful, with the Seven of Wands. This is really, really good energy. This is so nice. It's cracking me up. And I'm losing my words. Damn Mercury. But it's like the smoke and mirrors, they're clearing out. And the breaths that you took, the pause that you took. What is Temperance? It is a card of pausing, right? It is a card of patience. You can take that leap of faith after all, because you have calculated the risks. And because your subconscious mind, your higher self are back online. Wow, this has come full circle. This is like, it's so perfect. It's like a story that's completed itself so naturally and organically. I can't stop looking at the Empress. I hope you can see the illustration. How majestic. Look at yourself in the mirror, Scorpio. I was telling Pisces the same thing. And admire every part of you, every bit of you. And be grateful for what you've been blessed with. And you're just going to be blessed with more. Gratitude goes a very long way. But that little pause, that precious pause, I would say, that's probably what I'm going to title your reading, is going to lead to a brand new chapter for you. I don't know if this is a leap of faith with the same shadow fool that you may have been dealing with earlier, or it's with someone very elevated enough to match your frequency. But I see recognition. I see success for some of you if you're here for career. And I see you being seen for who you truly are, not who you thought you were. Smoke and mirrors applies to your self-concept as well, not just other people's. Beautiful. All right, let's get you some dice to close this off. We have Pluto. I was talking about Pluto, so I'm not going to repeat myself. The generational shift that's happening, the transit with Pluto moving into Aquarius. A lot of things are changing. And wherever there has been a whole lot of pressure in your life, check your birth chart. And if you can't, I'm sure you'll know where you've been suffering, because Pluto makes you suffer. It's the planet of death and rebirth. Wherever there's been a lot of pressure and transformation, that part of your life is going to start easing out a little bit. There'll be a breath of fresh air, right? Then we have Scorpio, who is ruled by Pluto, interestingly. You are Scorpio. You may be dealing with another Scorpio, it's possible. And apart from your sun, you may have many planets in Scorpio. You may have it heavily in your chart. So there is this idea of anchoring yourself within you, right? I'm getting very, again, Neptunian energy. Between all of this smoke and mirrors, There has to be one concept that you can hold on to till the smoke clears. You, yourself, right? Then we have the number 2. If you've been seeing 222 a lot, this could talk about alignment, right? Being in the right place at the right time. Some of you may be standing in that smoke and wondering why the hell you're there. You're there because you're not supposed to take action just yet. You're there to contemplate and reflect, right? And 2 could also be talking about the second house of your income. If there has been pressure in that sector, that is going to ease out as well. These generational shifts may not be felt immediately because Pluto is the farthest from the earth, and it takes a while for Pluto to make its orbit, right? To complete its orbit. So it may take us a little bit of time to realize where the pressure has lifted, but it's only up from here on onwards. All right, let's get you some initials to close this off. Oh, I dropped one. Oh, goodness me. You're going to have to believe me. I'm not going to get up, but that was an M. All right, M for mother. Then we have the letter Z or Z. We have the letter E, A, B, D, and the letter S. These could be your initials. They could be the initials of the people or the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. Just a special mention for those of you who've seen your initials here today. All right, Scorpio, that was it. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.